On November 12th of 2022, I experienced my first official relapse during my gambling addiction recovery journey. It was a huge binge gambling session that I just talked about in one of my recent videos. It was a really eye-opening experience for me, but also depressing. However, I've taken a lot of knowledge away from it, and I want to share that knowledge with you. So today, we're going to be talking about what to do if you experience a relapse during your recovery journey, and how to get back on the path to a successful recovery. Recovering from a gambling addiction can be a really challenging and difficult journey. But with the right strategies and support, you can regain control of your life. Before we dive into things today, I just want to ask that you please smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content that we make here on this channel, as it helps to support me in spreading this message to more people around the world. Also, drop a like and leave a comment about what happened during your relapse, if you're comfortable doing so. So without further ado, let's get into relapse and what I learned from it. The first step in overcoming a relapse is acknowledging it. It's crucial to recognize that you have slipped back into old patterns and behaviors. Understand that relapses happen to many people on their path to recovery. Unfortunately, 90% of people in recovery from a gambling addiction will experience a relapse at some point during their journey. So be kind to yourself and remember that it's only a temporary setback, not a failure. Now, after you've acknowledged the relapse, take some time for self-reflection. Identify the triggers and the circumstances that led to the relapse. Now, this might include financial stress, loneliness, or feeling overwhelmed. Understanding these triggers will help you to develop strategies to avoid them in the future. Once you know what's happened, take some positives out of it and make sure you don't do it again. Remember, you don't have to face this alone. Reach out to your support network and get back into a group meeting. They're not going to judge you guys. They've been in your shoes before. Share your struggles, your concerns, and details about what happened. Their understanding and encouragement can be invaluable in helping to get you back on track. Guys, if 90% of us are relapsing, talk to people in the meeting. They've relapsed too. Take a look at the recovery plan that you had in place before you relapsed. Evaluate if it was effective or not, and make adjustments as needed. If you don't have a formal plan, now's the perfect time to create one. So this is exactly what happened to me when I relapsed. My plan was just to avoid gambling at all costs. How I would accomplish that varied on a daily basis. This time around, I've done a lot of self-exclusions. I've kept myself accountable by going to meetings, and also I built my day strictly to ensure that I don't have any idle time where I could get tempted to do something stupid. Identify the strategies and tools that work best for you, such as self-help books, therapy, or counseling services. There's no one-size-fits-all solution, so find what works for you individually. Now, let's go over some practical steps that you can take right now to regain control in life. Limit access to gambling. So you want to block websites on your devices and self-exclude from casinos or gambling establishments. By restricting your access, you'll reduce the temptation to gamble because it's become that much harder to do so. Manage finances. So you want to take control of your finances by creating a budget, paying off your debts, and seeking professional advice if you need it. You can even take this a step further like I have and turn those finances over to a family member or spouse. I only carry cash because I spent most of my time doing online gambling. So with cash, there's no temptation for me to gamble. You need to know yourself and you need to build your financial life around your recovery journey. Responsible money management is crucial to avoid falling back into the cycle of addiction. Next, find healthy outlets. Engage in healthy activities that provide enjoyment and fulfillment. So this could be anything from exercise, reading, writing, journaling, meditating, hobbies, or just spending quality time with loved ones. It could be anything really that's not gambling. By distracting yourself with positive experiences, you'll help to fill the void that was left by gambling. A relapse can be an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Analyze the circumstances surrounding your relapse, and you can really learn from them. You can use this knowledge to strengthen your commitment to your recovery, as well as develop coping mechanisms for the future. During my first go at recovery, I was not focused at all, and I turned to a lot of time-wasting habits to stay away from gambling. I wasn't working on myself, I was just running away from the problem. So eventually those problems did catch up with me. There's a certain portion of people that believe that the only thing you need to do to recover from a gambling addiction is not gamble. And while that sounds simple enough, right? I think that you need to be working on yourself in the sense, because any reason to gamble could push you right back to the bet if you have nothing to live for. Someone who stands for nothing will fall for anything. And for me, I've really been working on developing my day into two parts. First, there's self-mastery, which is my reading, writing, journaling, meditation, and then fitness activities such as going to the gym, doing hot yoga, or stretching, anything of the sorts to better my body, my mind, and my spirit. Then, my other half of my day is service to others. I make content like this because I know it will help people, and it also helps me along the way. A life lived in service, balanced with a life where you're working on yourself, is a life really worth living. So that's my take on it. But again, as long as you're not gambling and you're finding something productive to do with your time, you're on the right path. Recovery is a journey, and it's important to stay committed despite setbacks. So you need to celebrate your success, no matter how small it might be, but be sure that you are making progress and not just hiding from gambling. Acknowledge the positive changes you made along the way. Remember, every day without gambling is a victory, and each step forward brings you closer to a healthier and happier life. Recovery is possible. And with the right mindset, support, and strategies, you can overcome any obstacles that might pop up in your way. So if you or someone you know is struggling with a gambling addiction, there's no need to kick yourself about it or sit around feeling depressed. Please seek professional help. There's meetings out there, there's therapists out there, and though my channel is filled with great resources, it has to be seen as a guide towards the solutions rather than a solution in itself. Thanks for watching this video, and let's keep getting better together, one day at a time.